Dobropole, eastern Ukraine. 4 people are dead and nearly 30 are injured. This time Russian bombers targeted a shopping center. A powerful FAB 500 bomb attack took place in the center of Dobropole, specifically in the Aurora shopping center, which was open at the time. The second floor collapsed onto the first. Rescue and search operations are continuing. So far, we have recorded 75 damaged buildings, including 54 pavilions, 13 damaged residential buildings and 8 vehicles. In eastern Ukraine, the Russians are regaining air superiority. Bombing raids and missile attacks are a daily occurrence. One defensive tool that could stop such attacks are Patriot launchers. Kiev is currently short of them, but this is set to change thanks to Donald Trump's most recent decision.
They're already being shipped.
From what countries?
They're coming in from Germany and then replaced by Germany, and in all cases, the United States gets paid back in full. So what's happening, as you know, is the European Union.
The coalition of NATO countries that want to enter into an equipment agreement is already quite large. It is led by Germany, which has just quietly withdrawn from its promise to supply Ukraine with long-range missiles, counting on the Americans. According to analysts, this is predictable behavior on Berlin's part. Germany is systematically beginning the process of strengthening its armed forces and modernizing its Taurus missile arsenal to respond to changes on the battlefield, to make them even better and more accurate in striking ground targets, and extend its service life beyond 2035. This is, of course, solely for the needs of the German armed forces, as opposed to sending those rockets to Ukraine, where they are needed. The Nordic countries are also declaring purchases in the United States. The Netherlands and Norway have already declared purchases of entire Patriot batteries for Ukraine.
We're looking into that, and we're looking into that with a positive inclination. As you may know, the Netherlands already does a lot, including on air defense, from Patriot missile systems, missile batteries, to F-16s, up to manpads, up to 1.4 billion in drone cooperation between the Netherlands and Ukraine, up to radar systems against incoming drones, etc. We will look into what we can do also in relation to Mr. Trump's announcements and take it from there.
Unfortunately, the enthusiasm is not universal among NATO members. France allegedly, unequivocally rejected the American proposal. According to Western media, Macron wants to profit from cooperation with Kiev and avoid spending money on the American market. What's more, he is urging other member states to do the same. France, whose President Emmanuel Macron has long pushed for Europeans to build up their own defence industrial base by buying locally, was a notable omission from the list. Paris will not join the initiative to buy US weapons for that reason, according to 2 French officials with knowledge of the issue. This is surprising considering Europe's modest defence sector production capacity. The United States has stockpiles and production capacity, while in Europe the challenge is to increase ammunition production, not to mention tanks, aircraft and air defence systems. On the other hand, France has been competing with American arms companies for years. In fact, it often lobbies on the European political scene on behalf of its own companies, trying to squeeze out competition from across the Atlantic. This was also the case in Poland a decade ago. This is a very difficult economic period in these countries, and they are trying to stimulate their economic growth with their domestic arms industry. Recall what happened a few years ago when Poland purchased Caracal multi-purpose helicopters that were not the best offer on the market. They were purchased for political reasons connected to Polish-French relations. Competition in the arms market should come as no surprise to anyone. It's a business like any other during peacetime. The situation changes dramatically during wartime, and equipment deliveries are urgently needed. In this case, it is clear that the only country with the resources and capabilities to support Ukraine is the United States.